Well, in 1947, when the British left, our brains also went away with them. So now, whatever comes from there, that's what we do. So, this whole, brutal way of producing things. Well, yesterday I was talking to somebody from Manchester, so I was telling him, you are the guys who started this whole business of mass production. And for this mass production, you started mass production schools. All you have is nuts and bolts. Half of them are nuts, half of them are bolts. They, of course, fit into the economic engine somewhere and they're useful. But what kind of usefulness is that when people don't live, when people don't have profoundness of experience of life, that the value of my life is, I'm worth $2 billion. I'm not, I'm telling you. But the value of my life is some number in my bank account or the area of land that I own. So, we have created this thing that our accumulations are the value of life. So, this is something you must see still fortunately prevalent to some extent in Tamil Nadu. Suppose you go to a function, let's say you go to a wedding. If you see outside the chowdhury, usually South Indian weddings, 5,000, 10,000 people would have gathered. We have to change that now with social distancing. But if you go there, you will see every kind of vehicle will be parked, Bentleys and Mercedes and this and that and everything, and also lots of TVS mopeds and bicycles and everything. If you go inside, if you go towards the men's section, if you go towards the women's section, by looking at how many kilograms of gold is around their neck, you can judge who is rich, who is poor. But if you go towards the men's section, everybody will be in the same white starched shirt and dhoti. You cannot make out who came in the Bentley, who came by TVS moped. They will all be same, they will sit in the same place without any distinction. Only by age and respect, they get some prominent place, not because how much money they have, how much property they have. This has always been the ethos of this culture, but now we became a number game. How much money do you have accordingly? So if you say a big man in this town, what does the big man mean? Does it mean he has a big brain? Or does it mean to say he has a very big heart? No, it means he has a big pocket, nothing else. We have just reduced ourselves into a marketplace. Marketplace is not just in the Dalal street. Dalal is happening in everybody's minds and hearts. When people are getting married, before marriage they're signing a prenuptial agreement. When we part, who gets the dog, who gets the car, who gets the house? How do you weave two lives together when you have such a calculation in your head? I'm saying, this is in many ways destruction of human civilization. Civilization means, as you said, it is born out of compassion and love for and concern for other lives around us, that it is not about survival of the fittest. Now we are once again going back to survival of the fittest in the name of so-called modernization. This completely convoluted idea that being modern means you have to be Western has to go. Even in United States, there is quite a significant movement starting now that, people should not be recognized for their wealth, for their money, but something else. What that something else they do not know, they're struggling to find that something else, but at least there is a thought and there is a movement in that direction. And you see the richest people wearing all torn clothes, but unfortunately the torn clothes cost thousands of dollars because of the tear. If they genuinely wear the same thing what the poor people wear, which happened in the 60s, when everybody started wearing the same kind of clothes, we don't want to be looked upon as this is rich, this is poor. No, everybody wears the same sort of clothes. That was a good thing, but now a tear is costing you $1,000 more. If it's not torn, it is less. If it is torn, it is more. This is again another convolution. So fundamentally, this market mentality in our head is going to be in many ways destruction of our civilization. When I say destruction, it need not necessarily mean death. Death is a relief in many ways. When human beings start suffering immensely, death becomes a relief for most people. But destruction in terms of the fundamentals of why we come together, the reason why we come together in the form of a village or a town or a city is because individually if we exist in nature, there are too many challenges every day to survive. So we came together so that all of us can survive with a kind of a coalition of our capabilities, a cooperation of our intelligence. This is the reason why a society is formed. But is that the way our societies are building themselves up? Societies are worse than the jungle now. The social situation in the cities is worse than the jungle in terms of survival of the fittest.
Yeah, Sadhu.